just reached the chapter 5 of Armored Core 6. Didn't finish the game yet, but I think I made enough progress to give my thoughts of this title, which also is my first Armored Core game. For this reason, everything surrounding the lore of this game is new to me, although this one has an independent setting not related with the previous titles. In short, the plot is about a war between different factions in the planet Rubicon 3 for a substance called coral, which is highly valuable, and the moment this substance appears in the planet's surface, it's triggered this faction's conflict. The game starts with a mercenary 621 Raven who infiltrates in the planet to profit from this coral war. Yeah, like a good mercenary, we will literally go into missions to help the same groups that we are going to harm in the next ones, again and again, while we seek from the precious coral. The fact that they are limited to see the characters via audio and robots throughout the giant stage gives a dark, distant and mysterious touch in my opinion. The story is alright, but I wanna talk about the strongest point of this game, and for me the most important thing in general when I talk about a game: the gameplay. This is a third-person shooter with a mecha we will be able to control, upgrade and change its parts. The game is quite fast, frenzy and very funny. The robot movement is smooth and responsive. I honestly would love to have a Transformers or Iron Man game with this mobility. The customizable system is good, but I don't know how good it is compared with other Armored Core games. Like I said before, this is my first AC game. You can equip with both left and right arms, melee weapons, assault rifles, Gatling guns, snipers, rocket launchers, shotguns, grenade launchers, energy weapons, drone launchers and more. Following, you can also equip in both shoulders, homing missiles or other type of weapon to complement the primary and the secondary. In most of the missions I use the shoulder weapons to track enemies and only change them for specific fights. You will be able to change the different part of the Armored Core just for design or statistics. You can change the head, arm, legs, body and accessories to improve the performance in the level. This will also help to change the strat depending the boss we will face. From a tanky build to endure more hits and have more health, to a light build to move faster, dodge hits and shoots. Or you could just go for a balanced build, taking parts from all of the styles. As the story mission progresses and exploring the stages, we will gain the possibility to unlock new gear that goes from Armored Core parts to new weapons. One of the most repeated topics with this kind of games when they come out is the difficulty. I'm playing this game now in 2025, but I remember when Armored Core 6 arrived, a lot of people, like always, complain and cries about how hard this game was. Okay, I just finished the main story and I could name 3 parts when I got stuck more of the average time that I normally spend on a level. The rest of the game, let's say up to chapter 3, it's pretty handy. The first part was on chapter 4, the boss named Enforcer, and after that, of course, the one that many people say it's the hardest at the end of this chapter, Ibis. The next part where I struggled was the Arena, a game mode that simulates fight with other Armored Core from the main story, and you have to beat them with one health bar and no potion. I reached the maximum S rank, by the way, in this mod in order to gain the operative system token to upgrade the stats of the Armored Core. It's the only way to get them, so I went through different fights until I had to fight faster enemies, so I had to change my strategy. The last difficult fight for me was the final boss. I'm not going to say the name because of the spoiler stuff. What I've learned playing this game is that the challenge lies on finding which weapon choose to counter the boss. I started with one assault rifle and missile launchers on the shoulders to deal damage. When the enemy got stunned, I hit the boss with a melee weapons to do a great amount of damage. I reached a point with the enemy were too fast for melee attacks, so I decided to equip the grenade launcher that deals fire damage in a great area. After that, I switched to a tank build with a flamethrower to quickly stun the enemy and non-stop dealing damage. When I had to fight Ibis, it was so different compared with the rest of the game. This guy is like fighting with Goku. Super high speed wave attacks that fills an area so big that it's hard to dodge. Funny thing is, to beat him I had to return to the first strat, the one I used in the first chapter, the one I used with the first bosses of the game. The only thing I didn't like from this game is the camera. In some fights, especially when you fight fast enemies, because the enemy goes to your back and by the time you rotate the angle, I got hit with a sword attack that I didn't see. It was a really cool game and it wanted me to go through other games from this franchise. Thank you Bandai Namco for the free key and make this video possible. Hope you like it, hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video.